Hello students, welcome back. We are again here for the science subject of Standard 6th. As we have completed our first chapter, we are continuing with our second chapter, the components of food. As we have learned in the first chapter, that food, what is food? We take in the food, we utilize it, and we get energy. Now, in this chapter, food which is prepared, जो भी खाना तैयार होता है, they need some ingredients. And each and every food item which we prepare has different ingredients. They need different ingredients. So, in this chapter we are going to learn of components of food. In components of food, there are many nutrients are also present in it. Many ingredients are also present in it. Ingredients हैं, salt है, pepper है, spices है, which we prepare our food. This is called as ingredient. And what is nutrients? Which is useful for our body, which we need for our body to live. जीने के लिए हमारे को जो item food components चाहिए, and then for the growth of our life, that is called as nutrients. As we have learned in the last chapter, that people from different states, their food item which they use are different. Like which we have learned that in the northern side of India, people use spicy food. In the Gujarat side, we use spicy food, sweet, and on the southern side, the South Indian dishes are also there. That is idli, uttappa, that. So, in different states, there are different food. Like near the sea face, sea boundary area, they use fish and rice. As we go in Bengal, they use fish curry and the rice as the main food, that's the main meal. In the lunch also, in the dinner also. But one thing is common in this. As different kind of foods are there, but one thing is common in this, all the different states, they use some common food. And this common food which they use, they are nutritious. And what is the common food? Like chas, like dal. But the making of them is different. Like butter, curd. And many other things are also there in it. So, different states have some common food which are very nutritious. And in this chapter, we are going to use what is the components of food which we take in it. Clear? Now, so the basic components of food now we are going to use. So what are the basic components? The food which you take, they are nutritious and they are full of nutrition. As we have learned that nutrition needs for living up our life and for the growth of our body. But what are the components of nutrition? The components of nutrition are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals and vitamins. And what are carbohydrates? They are sugar, glucose. और ये क्या काम आता है? हमारे अंदर एनर्जी पैदा करने के लिए. Proteins, what are proteins? And what are fats? ये सब चीज हमारे बॉडी को ग्रो करने के लिए जरूरी है. Minerals and vitamins, these are also essential for our body. Now, we have to find out which components are there in this food. So, in addition, food also contains fibers. जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना कि ये खाने के अंदर बहुत फाइबर्स खाना है. So, food also contains fibers. उसमें वाटर भी चाहिए हमारे ग्रोथ के लिए. So, these are also there. Clear? Understood? So, this carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals and vitamins, we are going to test this. Like in carbohydrates, we are going to, what is carbohydrates? That is glucose. Glucose again sugar. And sugar. And which test we are going to do? Test for starch. In the next part, we are going to use the test for starch and fats, etc., which we can easily test in our daily life food. So this is the introduction of our chapter, and the basic components of food. So we are going to study the next part, the test of starch and test of everything, and we are going to study in our next part. Thank you, students.